What's up YouTube? It's Ben, and in this video, I'm gonna give you 5 interview questions that reveal everything you'd ever wanna know about a candidate. All right guys, so in this video, I wanna break down 5 specific interview questions that are vital to your interview or your screen or your vetting process. Anywhere in that arena, you need to inject these questions because they're pretty much the core of what you're gonna wanna find out about your candidate, right? If you can't dig deep enough, ask these questions, maybe ask them in a different way, and you'll get an answer. Let's get right into the video. All right, so the first question is, tell me about a time that you had a difficult, adverse obstacle that you had to overcome. How did you think about it, and how did you eventually overcome it? Okay, so the purpose of this question and ultimately the answer is going to give you and reveal a lot about this particular individual's capability of overcoming adversity and also their thought process, right? Like how they go into a challenging situation. What do they think about? Do they just fold right away, or do they instantly go into thought mode, planning, action, right? And how am I going to get over this adversity or this challenge or whatever it might be, right? So that's what this question is all about. That's the purpose of this question. That's what you should be looking for in the answer. All right, so number 2, how do you stay up with current events, current technologies, and current industry updates? So you're gonna wanna make this question very specific to the niche or the role that you're talking about, because if you're talking to an IT candidate, clearly you don't wanna be talking about how do you stay up to date with, finance. It doesn't really matter. So with that being said, make it niche specific. And the purpose of this question is clearly to identify their business acumen, right? Their understanding of the niche, their understanding of the industry, their knowledge, okay? Basically, if they have a 4-year degree, they should definitely be up on kind of what, things are going on in that niche, what the core basis of that niche is. But if you ask them this question, they should absolutely be able to talk to you about current, like present day time items going on within that arena, right? If it's IT, they should definitely be able to talk to you about current coding languages or current issues in the IT world or new trends like AI or whatever it is, right? Just they should have an answer that's relevant and present day. All right, so number 3 is a classic one, but can you tell me about a time when you had a conflict with one of your colleagues or coworkers or superiors, and how did you handle it? All right, so ultimately this question is really here to reveal how this person deals with other people, right? Pretty much what we call your interpersonal skills. And or it's also there to judge this person's emotional intelligence, right? That's pretty much knowing when to pick your battles and, when to kind of just leave them there because they don't really matter, right? So that sort of thing, as well as kind of understanding, how they deal with conflict resolution, right? That's another big one. So understanding how this person is going to react if one of their colleagues says, hey, I don't really agree with your solution to that problem. We should probably talk about it. Like, are they going to punch them in the face, or are they going to say, yeah, let's, grab a conference room and, let's chat about it a little bit, right? Like, there's varying answers to this, and you might want to dive a bit deeper to really understand this one because, it's an interview and a lot of candidates can fool people, right? So you really want to look out for those charlatans and just make sure that this person is going to give you some real life answers. So maybe ask the question a couple of times or bring it up later on once again and see if you could sort of have them repackage an original story that they gave you in an earlier question when you asked this about a person, a name, a conflict, and see if they can reconstruct that. If they can do it, great. If they can't and they mess up, it means they were lying about the original situation that they told you about. It means they weren't being truthful about what they told you when you asked them about how they resolved the conflict with a colleague. All right, so interview question number 4. What are some of the biggest challenges that you have faced in your career up to date, and how have you handled them? All right, so this is actually a great question, and the ultimate answer you're really looking here for is lessons learned. This is super important. So self-reflection and self-awareness. This is ultimately what you really want to look for in this answer. Is there, a lesson learned? Are they going to admit to failure? Are they going to admit to, I did this and I knew it was wrong, afterwards, and I learned from that, so now I do this, right? Like, are those things weaved into the answer? Because that's really important stuff, right? So self-reflection, self-awareness, taking away lessons learned in general, right? Anytime a challenge comes up for somebody, they should always come away from that challenge learning a lesson. If you didn't learn a lesson from a failure or a challenge, you're doing it wrong. That goes for everybody, not just job applicants, but that's 100% what you should be looking for with this answer. All right, so question number 5, this is the last one I'm gonna do, is how do you manage your time and how do you organize your tasks and things that you have to do throughout the day? Okay, the ultimate answer here that you're looking for is pretty much time management and organizational skills and aptitude, right? So how well organized is this person? How capable are they of managing their time in order to get the things done at this specific role done on time, in an orderly fashion, in an organized fashion, right? So that they can actually produce for the company. Are they going to be a good candidate in that sense? So you're really digging deep to find out, are they somebody that just kind of like pushes things off and procrastination is the name of the game? Or are they somebody who's like, nope, I'm going to get it done right now. Like, dial it in, let's go. Like, can't wait until I get it done. Bring me the next thing, let's go. Are they that organized? Or are they that prioritized? Or are they kind of like all over the place and scattered, or, what is it, right? And ask them a deeper question. Like, what you need to do is like ask them the original question, but then ask them a follow-up question. Like, could you just give me an example of like, how would you organize a day if you had X, Y, Z, ABC on your plate that day? Like, how would you do that plus 3 meetings that day? How do you think you would organize that day? And just allow them to elaborate, and just don't judge, but just allow them to explain to you how they'll go about it. And you can just pick and take apart from kind of, how they go about explaining it, right? Understand they're under a lot of pressure, every candidate is when they're being interviewed, but the answer that they give you is going to be really, really important because it's going to tell you a lot about how they're going to be organized and how they're going to be prioritizing the work that they're ultimately going to be doing for that role. All right, guys, so those are 5 critical questions that you should be interviewing your candidates with. If you're not using these questions, start using them right now, right? Watch this video twice. Definitely join our Facebook group, Recruiter Empire. There's 16,000 recruiters in there. I want to see you as our newest member in the group, and I'll see you guys next time.